This is everything you need to know about the 2026 Texas Tailgaters. We're going to go over who is best situated to be the MVP, the best pitcher, or make the most trick plays from the Tailgaters, our favorite stadiums that they're going to, including some crazy, crazy football stadiums, and then a full roster reveal for the Texas Tailgaters and why it matters going into the league. So first off, my prediction for the 2026 MVP, if it was a Texas Tailgater, is Nick Lopez. Nick Lopez is the DH, had some incredible stats this past year. They only played 30 games compared to some of the other teams that played more, which is why some of the numbers may be a little bit lower. But Nick Lopez is a force to be reckoned with every time he comes to the plate, and would be my prediction for MVP there. On the pitcher of the year, I would go for John Reed. And this one stat alone, I think, puts him in that category. He had 4 showdown shutdowns out of 6 opportunities, an incredible ratio there. And so I think that John Reed is going to be an incredible closer for the Texas Tailgaters, a pillar of their pitching staff. And I think that he has a real shot there as they play more games this season. And then for trick plays, Jordan Hussein. He led the Texas Tailgaters in 2025 with 49 trick plays. And again, they played about 30 games. Bananas and Party Animals played about 60. So right there, he can get close to that 100 threshold just purely based on the increase in number of games. So going to the next part, this is my favorite stadium that the Texas Tailgaters will be headlining at next year. Kyle Field for Texas A&M with 101,000 fans. They'll be playing against the Savannah Bananas, but it's a Texas Tailgater home game. So this is a great opportunity for the Texas Tailgaters to win some fans right there in Texas. So this is my top pick for the fields that they are leading. Number 2 is the Globe Life Texas Rangers Stadium. That's one of the MLB stadiums. Again, they're in Texas. They're another opportunity for them to win some fans. And then the last one I wanted to note is every headlining game for the Texas Tailgaters is in Texas, except for this one at Chickasaw Bricktown in Oklahoma City. And so this is just an expansion of the Texas Tailgater brand. It's a test. Can they do well outside of Texas in their headlining? And if that works well, then they'll continue to expand throughout the next couple years. But going into the most important part of this here is the lineup. So the Tailgaters kept 65% of their team. They took 12% of the players came from another team, including the developmental team, the visitors. And then 23% were new players coming into Banana Ball fresh, have never played Banana Ball before. And so this is really cool to see how this all breaks down. But some of my favorite things that I want to highlight here is they kept 4 pitchers for the Texas Tailgaters, and they have 6 new pitchers. This is very important because watching this past season, one of the pieces for the Texas Tailgaters that kind of slowed them down a little bit was some of the pitching. That was where the bats were going really well, and then they would give up a couple runs and they would lose the lead that they had. And so I think that this was some really good pickups. And if you notice, Chris Clark was their first round draft pick. So they used their first pick to get a pitcher. They put a lot of investment into that in the early rounds and got a lot of great players. But then if you look at their core lineup, they've got all of their core players from last year that were there in the starting lineup. And so it's really cool to see. And I'm excited for the Texas Tailgaters here in 2026. And let's go and break down the other teams.